Are we in a better place on the BAH side, although I'm certain it remains challenging?
Yes, sir. Begin with, this year we're just completing a quadrennial review of military pay and compensation. So those results will be coming out very shortly. Part of that review was how we compute basic allowance for housing. And included in that were what all the military housing areas are and how those are decided, up in the Pacific Northwest, how those are zoned out, should it be considered in a different way, all the way around, and if we're computing basic allowance for housing appropriately or not. All of that stuff is being considered and being briefed to our senior defense leaders right now. And we should be getting those results here over the next couple months. Regardless, of what those decisions are, there are still ample opportunity, for those senior leaders in those areas to advocate on behalf of the families and the service members in those areas about changes to the military housing areas or to the allowances that we're receiving in those areas if there's been changes, drastic changes. And I will say is that our Secretary of Defense, Secretary Austin, has been extremely responsive, to those needs. A couple years ago, many of our areas, military housing areas, had risen greater than 25% in 1 year. And so he implemented those changes ahead of schedule, way before the authorized pay change that was going to be in January. He implemented them. It was like September of the year before, to get after this. As soon as he had the results, he went ahead and executed those pay changes. Yeah. And I think that he would continue to do so as long as he has the authority to do that. He's exhibited that kind of care and concern about his people, and he continues to make those necessary changes across the board in any way that he can. I've not seen that care and concern from that senior of a leader of our Defense Department before. I'm very, very impressed with what he does. Gives me a lot of confidence, and I hope that others are paying attention and they also carry that kind of confidence.
Yeah, it really makes a difference when sailors, whether junior or senior, see that. But not only do they hear the words, but they can actually see it in what's coming in that paycheck and where they can afford to live. So at least for this old sailor, it's great to hear that focus on families, because at the end of the day, if the family is not happy, then it's going to be really hard for that sailor to focus on, how do they make sure their platform and they are the most warfighting ready asset possible.
Sir, yeah. Agreed.